Silver, scaly, and as long as a school bus. This rare fish lives 700 to 3,000 feet under the sea. For generations, fishermen from tropical ocean zones to temperate ocean zones all across the world have lived their lives never seeing one of these fish. But then in 2010, something very strange happened. Hi, I'm Suki, I'm a storyteller, and if you like folk tales from around the world, you're in the right place. But let me tell you what happened in 2010 first. Over the course of the year, 20 of these rare oarfish were seen in the seas around Japan by fishermen. But most of these fish were either already dead or close to dying. Now, these fish evolved to live deep under the sea. Once they rose to the surface, their bodies were not able to handle the pressure change, and so they were dying. Being unfit for consumption, these fishermen did not catch it and let them live. And then in March 2011, a 9.1 mega thrust earthquake hit the northeast region of Japan, causing large-scale devastation. Scientists claimed that there was no correlation between the sightings of this deep-sea fish and the disaster that followed. But Japanese folklore tells a different story. This is the story of the earthquake fish by Elliot Griffis, retold from a Japanese folktale. Mukashi Mukashi, as most Japanese stories begin, long, long ago, when the gods came down from heaven to subdue the earth for the Mikados and civilize the country, there were a great many earthquakes and nothing to stop them. The world continually rocked and men's houses and lives were never safe. Now the two gods who were charged with the work of subduing the northeastern part of the world were Kashima and Katuri. Having done their work well and quieted all the enemies of the sun goddess, they came to the province of Hitachi. Kashima, sticking his sword into the earth, ran it through to the other side, leaving the hilt above the ground. In the course of centuries, this mighty sword shrunk and turned to stone, and the people gave it the name of Kaname-ishi, the rock of Kaname. Now, Kaname means the rivet in a fan that holds all the sticks together, and they gave the name Rivet Rock because it is the rivet that binds the earth together. No one could ever lift this rock except Kashima, the mighty one who first set it in the earth. Yet even Kashima never raises it except to stop an earthquake of unusual violence. When the earth quivers, it's because the great earthquake fish or Jishin Uo is restless or angry. This Jishin Uo is a great creature, something like a catfish. It's about 700 miles long and holds the world on its back. Its tail is at Awamori in the north, and the base of its head is at Kyoto, so that all Japan lies on top of it. To his mouth are attached huge twirling feelers which are just like the hideous mustaches which the hairy-faced men from beyond the Taikai, the Pacific Ocean, wear on their lips. As soon as these begin to move, it's a sign that the monster is in wrath. When he gets angry and flaps his tail or bumps his head, there's an earthquake. When he flounders about or rolls over, there's terrible destruction of life and property on the surface of the earth above. In order to keep the great earthquake fish quiet, the great giant Kashima is appointed to watch him. His business is to stand nearby, and when the monster becomes violent, Kashima must jump up and straddle him and hold his gills, put his foot on his fin, and when necessary, lift up the great rock of Kaname and hold him down with its weight. Then he becomes perfectly quiet and the earthquake ceases. Hence people sing this earthquake verse. No monster can move the Kaname rock, though he tug at it never so hard. For over it stands resisting the shock the Kashima Kami on guard. These are things an earthquake brings. At 9 of the bell they sickness foretell. At 5 and 7 betoken rain. At 4 the sky is cleared thereby. At 6 and 8 comes wind again. So, what do you think of that story? For more stories from around the world, subscribe now. Bye.